on tomorrow. My name is Gary Thurman. The name of our company is Guardian Investment Advisors, and we are here each and every week to educate you guys on everything when it comes to financial planning, retirement planning, income planning, long-term care planning. We kind of hit it all here at Guardian Investment Advisors, and we are happy to be with you guys today. I have got my friends and advisors in here with me today. Bobby Futch, how you doing this morning, bud?
I'm good. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning. And Mr. Tim McDermott, how you doing, bub?
I'm happy.
Happy. That's a good thing. That's a good answer. Happy. I would like to welcome you guys always to go out and check out our website, GIAplantoday.com, GIAplantoday.com. We have an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. We got a 4.9 Google rating, boys.
That's solid.
We're missing it by 1/10 of a point. And you can always call us here locally at 423-710-9199. I wanted to do something a little different today on the show because I think we get in here and we talk numbers all the time. We talk about income planning, risk. We talk about, what we're going to do if we get sick, all the Medicare. We talk about a lot of different things, but I don't think we talk enough about us and actually who we are and what we do and why we do, why we're in this field and why we get up every single day and come in here and work so hard. So today I'm going to basically do a Q&A. I'm going to interview Bobby and Tim, and we're going to find out about their passion for being financial planners, but I also want to find out some passions they have personally. Maybe to help some of you guys out there relate a little better about knowing that we are real people, and we get up every day and we work our tails off, but it's because we love what we do. But we also have beautiful families at home and friends and things that we like to do, hobbies outside of working and with numbers all day. And so, Bobby, let's start with you. Let's talk about a little personal journey here on the professional side. What inspired you to get into this industry altogether?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I kind of happened into it by chance. Probably 2 decades ago. I've shared it with you guys a lot. My dad was a career Navy sailor.
Right.
So
yeah.
That's what I was going to do forever. Yeah. I was going to go in the Navy.
You wanted to be a pilot.
I wanted to be a pilot originally,
yeah.
And then when I was about 7 or 8, I started wearing glasses. Right, and so that kind of derailed that.
Yeah, I've heard how strict that can be.
It can be. I think if you're flying for airlines, it's okay if you can correct that vision.
Yeah.
But if you want to fly fighter jets, they're like,
no, you want to be Tom Cruise, buddy?
Yeah, sorry, Bob. Well, about the same height, right?
That makes a good pilot.
I could have been the next Tom Cruise. Anyway, I started with that, and then when I kind of found out that really wasn't going to work out the way I wanted it to, I started at a community college back in Jacksonville. So I first started my educational career at what was Florida Community College at Jacksonville.
Yep.
Okay.
That's where I grew up in Jacksonville, big, huge Navy town. It's different now. It's Florida State College or something. And one of my first classes I had there was basically Economics 101.
Gotcha.
And it was so interesting to me how you could take math and graphs and try and really explain why people and then later on companies and countries do what they do. And oftentimes it makes sense with data and math. Mm-hmm. And it just kind of worked its way to what can I do with this interest and this education in economics. And it kind of got me here to financial planning.
So that being in that college, being at that, just kind of got you hooked into the nitty gritty behind financial planning,
that's
right?
That's right. And of course, when you learn all that, there's the people side of our business, which is completely different.
Yeah, totally different
than in economics. But the foundation that was built by Professor McDonald. If you happen to be listening here, you're kind of the man. You're the reason I'm here.
Oh, wow.
And I never really got to tell him that because it was just a budding interest.
How cool is that?
But that's kind of how I got here.
I love it. And Tim, of course, I know the answer to this. I've known you for a long time, but how did you find your way into the world of financial planning?
Yeah, I was kind of born into it, right?
Right.
My dad ran a nationwide organization to help advisors learn how to do this the right way in life, right? And so I got to see from a very early on stage. I mean, I was 12 years old, and I got sent off to a middle school halfway across the county. And my dad said, "Nah, we're not going to do that, put you on a bus for 2 hours a day." So he pulled me out, homeschooled me, and just for that 1 year. And I traveled in the car with him as we kind of went up and down the East Coast. And he spoke at different workshops and events and met with advisors. And I knew what annuity was when I was 12.
Yeah. And that's been really valuable to me personally, Tim, because before you were even a financial advisor, you were teaching other people how to do it.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And so that experience is huge for me personally, at least.
Absolutely. This is one of my favorite questions to ask other advisors, gentlemen. And Bobby, I want to go to you real quick. What is your why? What gets you up every single morning? Because you're an early bird like I am. What gets you in here? What's your why? What's your passion about what you do?
I love helping people that have been successful in whatever they do, and that's one of the coolest parts of our job is we find people and meet with people from all walks of life, all different backgrounds. We work with people that own and run companies that are worth tens of millions of dollars.
Right.
To one of my favorite clients ever. I won't share her name,
No.
but I worked with her in Macon, Georgia. She's still down there. I still keep in touch with her. She was a librarian, and her husband, who's passed away, unfortunately, was a principal. And they were absolutely so passionate about education.
Yeah.
Everyone they touched, you could tell that.
Mm-hmm.
But these people love their job so much. And, we all know teachers don't make as much as they should.
Right.
They had about $1 million when they went to retire. They worked so hard and touched so many people, and I can give back to them to make sure that $1 million, lasts their lifetime. Like I said, he's unfortunately passed away. She just had her 94th birthday,
Wow.
and she's still doing really well. And just taking people that have a passion for something other than finance and numbers,
Yep.
and helping them complete that part of their journey
Yeah.
and feel comfortable and secure. It's awesome.
It's great. So, Tim, same question to you. What is your why? What is your drive?
Yeah, so I got an interesting perspective of this industry from an early age. And, I watched my dad talk with all kinds of different advisors from all over the country. And I started to notice that there was a decent-sized handful of these guys who just didn't care about doing it the right way, right? They make a big fat paycheck from selling an annuity to somebody and then go blow it on a boat and couldn't pay the taxes on it next year and went
Right.
into bankruptcy. And I'm like, why is this guy giving financial advice to people?
Right.
And it just was frustrating to kind of watch. I was like, I'd like to make sure that people know how to do this the right way. And so in a sense, I'm hoping to help carry on a legacy, but at the same
love
time, I
that.
want to make sure that, the people that are out there looking for good advice are getting that good advice at the end of the day.
I think that's awesome. And you guys, I sent out a ton of videos to people you guys have met with over the last few weeks this morning. And it's such an honor for me when I can say my two rock stars. My two rock stars are going to take care of you, and I know you guys do. Bobby, how do you define success with your clients?
Wow, that's a tough
That's
question.
a good question, isn't it?
Right, and I think success. Listen, when we talk with people when they come in, whatever their end game or their success is going to be unique to them.
Sure.
Right, and I don't know that we've met or talked with two clients that their success is the same. Right, they all
Right.
look a little different. We don't have too many clients that retire and want to sit on the couch, but we have a couple.
Yeah.
Hey, man, if you can get up and sit on your couch every day, and you don't have to worry about being able to keep the light bill on to watch your
Right,
television,
right.
that's success there.
Sure.
And my success is being able to deliver a financial plan and help monitor that financial plan for that client, where whatever their success is, they know they're going to meet and they can do.
Yeah, so
I love that, Tim. Same question.
Very similar. I would say that they have confidence in
I
their
love that
retirement,
question,
right?
boys.
Because that speaks to a couple of things, right? It means that they feel secure and there's less stress in retirement. At the end of the day, the planning all comes back to, hey, let's make sure that they feel comfortable in their retirement. They have less stress in what they're trying to do. Makes me feel somewhat accomplished. And when they're successful at feeling confident in what they're doing, they're going to go out and live a better life, right? They're not sitting there worrying about a spreadsheet and looking at numbers and concerned about the next market crash. It's all kind of put in place already.
I love that. So what I'm hearing from both of you is that success is building that plan and folks stepping into retirement and not having any worries.
Yeah, and successfully executing that plan. We
Yeah.
had this conversation with an awesome gentleman yesterday afternoon. Is that we put a plan in place, and here we go. We're starting down that retirement hike. I like to be outside,
Yeah.
so we're hiking up the mountain or down into the valley. Listen, that trail is going to change and move.
Yeah.
Especially when you retire in your early 60s, you have 30 more years.
Yep.
There's no way a good financial planner can put a plan in place and say, here's your plan for 30 years.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You got to be able to adjust, right?
And so be able to help adjust and manage that plan for
I love
clients
that.
along the way is awesome.
So what I'm hearing from both of you and what I want all of you guys to know is that Tim and Bobby want you to be ready to retire. Bottom line, and we've created something so easy for you guys. It's called GIAquiz.com. GIAquiz.com. Go take that quick quiz. Costs you about 7 minutes of your life. 7 minutes. It's going to let you know if you're truly ready to retire. Then you can come in and have a conversation with these guys and get your path set in motion. Get your success, as we just talked about, set in motion. So when we come back, I'm going to keep asking some questions to Tim and Bobby so you get to know them better on a professional and a personal level. We'll be right back. In the U.S., it takes an average of 12.5 months for families to legally resolve all financial matters after someone passes away. As a financial advisor, I realize how delicate it can be talking about end of life and financial matters. But that is why I'm here, to help make that hard conversation about taking care of your loved ones easier to have. What if your beneficiaries need some funds sooner than 12 months to cover medical expenses, funeral costs, or monthly bills? That's where Guardian Investment Advisors has you covered. There is a financial solution where we would place a portion of your assets you're already planning on leaving to your loved ones into a guaranteed issue life insurance policy. Within 48 hours, these funds can be provided to your family with confirmation from the funeral home. I'm Gary Thurman, CEO of Guardian Investment Advisors. We are your neighbors right here in the Tennessee Valley. Call us today. Your peace of mind starts with a simple conversation. Hey guys, welcome back to Plan the Day on Tomorrow. My name is Gary Thurman, your host. The name of our company is Guardian Investment Advisors. Just to let you guys know, always go check out our website, GIAplantoday.com, GIAplantoday.com. Now, on that website, you will see over the next few months, we have got a ton of events coming up, all the way from Dalton, Georgia, to Chattanooga, to Knoxville. We're going to be all over the place. We're here to educate you guys, so go check that out on our website. You can also check out our TV shows, our radio shows. You can take all of our quizzes. We got 4 quizzes on our website. So lots to do there on our website. Again, GIAplantoday.com. So today, if you missed the first segment, we're really getting personal with Tim and Bobby, trying to find out why are they so amped up to be financial planners? What got them into this industry? And then we're going to, as the show goes on, we're going to get a little more personal with them. And then we're going to do some rapid fire questions and have a little fun at the end. So Tim, I want to jump back to you. And this is a question I love asking other advisors. What part of financial planning just lights you up the most? What do you get excited about the most?
This is gonna be interesting because I'm a bit of a nerd.
Really?
I didn't notice, Bobby. Did you?
We had a meeting yesterday where him and a client were comparing spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, love it.
That's what lights me up. Actually, I love building a good spreadsheet. And what I really like about it, honestly, is making sense of the problem that's at hand, right? And so it allows you to kind of go out there and take this theory and say, is it plausible? Does it actually work? And it's interesting because it's allowed me to look at a lot of these different common planning tools in a different light. Social Security is a great one, right? Everybody talks about Social Security. Hey, take that 8% roll-up. It's the only place you're guaranteed to get 8%. Well, an 8% roll-up isn't the same as an 8% rate of return. I won't harp on that in this show, right?
Right, yeah, that's a good point.
I went out there and built an entire spreadsheet and said, add COLA adjustments. What are the Social Securities at different levels? Put in the tables of what Social Security levels look like, and I proved it to myself, right?
Right.
Yeah, and I'll just, again, we won't harp on this, but it's a thing. There are a lot of Social Security calculators out there, and almost all of them are pretty bad because they don't take into account
your
saving
assets.
money, right?
Yeah, 94%, Bobby. 94% of people file Social Security at the wrong time.
And so we have a spreadsheet to help people make the right decision
That's right.
made
Listen
by
to this,
Timmy
guys. Leaving $4 trillion on the table.
Wow.
Bobby, what fires you up, man? What gets you excited about being a financial planner?
I think it's that point in which we've met with a new prospect, 2 or 3 times, put a plan in place, kind of refined it, and then at that point they just light up and go. We meet with people all the time and go, oh, I really can retire.
Yeah.
And I look at it and go, well, you were kind of just guessing up until this point,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of people are.
Because they
Right?
don't know.
'Cause they don't know.
They don't have a plan.
And so having somebody, and we see it all the time, go from I was hoping I could retire to, man, I can't wait to turn in my notice, right?
Yeah.
Because they have that confidence of being able to go into it. Now, the back end and all the legal framework changes and tax law changes, that stuff's exciting to me too. I don't like spreadsheets, but I kind of nerd out on that. But clients don't have to know all that. That's our job
Sure.
to be able to put that in place for them. And then finally the light goes off. And they're like, man, we're going to do this.
I love that. I know you didn't mean to do this, but what a great lead into my next question, Bobby, because you just talked about clients don't have to keep up with the taxes and all the different laws and all the big, beautiful bill, all these different things going on. We do that. How do you, as a financial professional, stay on top of all this stuff for our clients?
It's a lot. It can be quite a bit. We just read all the time.
Yeah.
And whether that's, I probably get 24 newsletters in my inbox,
Yeah.
every week. You're great about reading the paper, and every time
Yeah.
I'll come in, there'll be a stack of Wall Street Journal articles on my desk. That's really what you have to do, and go out and take these seminars. We put on seminars for our clients,
Right.
but there are a lot of professionals that put on seminars for financial planners.
That's right.
And these guys are the big names like BlackRock or Bank of America, J.P. Morgan. It puts most people to sleep, but it's really important to stay on top of that and just take as much of that in as you can.
I'd say a lot of people keep up with the legislative changes that happen, right? Because that's what's hot, that's what's on the news. What about the economic changes that are happening, right? When there's a shift in the economic trends, I mean, we do a really good job at keeping up with that through working with the traders that we have in our back office, through reading those different articles, through watching what's going on in these different bill changes, because
It's a lot.
a lot of the economic changes are shifted by legislative changes, right?
Right.
Yeah. And let's talk about tariffs, right?
yeah.
Not whether they're good or they're bad, but whether they're going to happen or not, and at what level. I mean, it's changed half a dozen times since they came out.
100%.
Right?
Yes, it has. It's been
And so
crazy.
that's almost a daily, certainly a weekly thing that you have to keep up on.
Right.
And man, it's a lot.
That's right.
Absolutely. Tim, challenges. What challenge, Bobby, I'll ask you the same question, and you guys may have the same answer, but what challenges are you seeing daily, weekly, monthly with what we do for a living and helping our clients? Is there anything that really stands out?
I mean, there's a ton of challenges, right? It's a constantly evolving industry, and it's hard to that point, right? It's hard to stay on top of what's going to change and what adapts to it and what looks different. I'd say one of the bigger challenges we run into right now is the shift in this tax change that we're seeing. It's really, we can map out a perfect picture of what your tax situation should look like through retirement, and then it changes next year, right? And that's because of some legislative changes. And so we're constantly trying to evolve these plans and make them flexible enough to adapt with the changes that are coming, down the pipeline, whether it's from Washington or whether it's just an economic change from, the shifts that we've had recently.
Yeah.
It can be challenging to make sure you're staying flexible enough to do that, right?
I love that. What do you got, Bob?
I'll say my biggest challenge and frustration is all those bad financial advisors out there.
You stole mine. That's what I was going to say.
We meet
Yeah.
with people fairly regularly that said, listen, I went to your workshop or I heard your radio show and I'm here to talk, but you financial advisors are all terrible and you're all crooks. To Tim's point earlier in the first segment, there are bad financial advisors out there that look for themselves. But being able to bring somebody in and kind of break down that barrier, because the thing is if you're a certified public accountant, a CPA, that's a title that you earned.
Sure.
And you went through the educational background. You have to meet certain criteria every year. Anybody can call themselves a financial advisor, right? If
Yeah.
you can be a life insurance salesman and call yourself a financial advisor.
can.
There's nothing wrong with life insurance
Right.
salesmen.
No.
But the point is what is a financial advisor?
Yeah. So
It can be anything.
I would say most of I really don't like, I don't want to be known as somebody who talks bad about somebody. But
Sure.
here's what you should look for when you're looking for a financial advisor. It's got to be somebody's full-time job, right?
Correct.
We see a lot of the part-time guys,
yeah.
and they're just
Oh,
looking
yeah.
to make a quick buck, whatever the case may be. Work with somebody who's full service. They've got to do the managed assets as well as the insurance side if they're going to do the insurance side for you. That keeps them in a place where they're looking to service you ongoing instead of just selling you that product or program and moving on with life, right?
Right.
And look for somebody who's a fiduciary. Those are the
Absolutely.
3 big qualifiers that I would make sure you're looking for and asking about.
I love that. You agree with that, Bobby?
I absolutely do.
Yeah.
And I'll say, if you want to know somebody's history as a financial professional, they're out there. The SEC tracks Tim and I very closely.
Yep.
And they put all of their information out on every SEC licensed advisor at brokercheck.org. Com? Is it com?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll cut that out, Tristan. Brokercheck.com. Brokercheck.com. It is a government website, so but anyway, you can go type our names or the name of any advisor in there, see what their credentials are, see how long they've been doing it,
That's right.
and see if they have any complaints filed against them. So
You know, another thing, Bobby, I know this sounds weird, but just go check out our Google reviews. Look what people are actually saying about us. That's a big deal for me.
Great point.
All right, guys, you got about 1 minute apiece here. This is going to be quick, or maybe not even that far. 45 seconds. What's one piece of financial wisdom you wish everyone knew, Tim?
Invest now. Stop waiting. You know, you can put off whatever that.
Stop procrastinating.
Yeah, stop buying the stupid stuff at Walmart and Target and take a couple bucks and throw it into the market. Just do it now. It's compound interest is something that I won't harp on too much because I know we're on a time crunch, but it is so freaking powerful.
Pay yourself first.
even if it's
I love that.
$25 a month.
Who cares?
Do
You got to
it.
start somewhere. What about you, Bobby?
Mine's similar, is that no one wants to sit down and do a budget, myself included. It's not fun, but that kind of ties into what Tim says. Make sure you know where your money's coming from and what it's doing for you.
Yep.
And seeing that on a piece of paper is really powerful. It helps point out some of those Starbucks runs that maybe you can cut out. And in that budget, the Tim's point needs to be aligned, pay myself.
Yeah.
And you keep to that budget, and you know that every month or every year, whatever your budget is set up like, you're saving and putting yourself as a priority.
And I'm going to kind of go back what Tim was talking about a few minutes ago. From my personal, what I wish everyone knew is to look at the options out there as far as financial planning is concerned. You know, a lot of your big box stores, all they talk about is growth, growth, growth. You need to work with somebody who plans for you. Income planning, tax planning, healthcare planning. You need an independent firm like ours. To me, I think that I wish everybody knew that was an option out there.
Yeah.
And there's more options than there's just growth. You got to look at the whole picture. Here's the bottom line. Tim, Bobby, and myself, we want you to retire happy, and we want you to be ready to retire. Go to GIAquiz.com. GIAquiz.com. Take that quiz. It takes about 7-8 minutes. Then come in and see us. Let's make sure we get you on the right path. When we get back, we're going to get a little more personal with these guys. Quit talking about the industry, and let's get at home and see what they like to do on their personal lives. We'll be right back.
You might not be able to retire if you haven't thought about future inflation and future taxes. When you're going through your retirement plan, are you thinking about inflation? Does your current plan have inflation built into it? The national average is about 3%. Of course, it's been really, really high the last few years, but it has come back down. But you've got to build inflation into your retirement plan because we don't want to run out of money. Another thing I stress to my clients all the time is we got to think about future taxes. Our government has one source of income, and that is taxes. And I promise you, with $34 trillion in debt, $2 more trillion being added this year in 2024, the interest only on our national debt is $1 trillion. Folks, taxes are going to go up. You got a window of opportunity in 2024 and 2025 while taxes are still on sale. Let's start looking at maybe taking some of your taxable money to tax-free money. This is all part of the Wealth Guard planning process. We'll do this for you when we're creating an income plan. You got to think about inflation and you got to think about taxes. Give us a call today and come in and see myself and my team, and let's put this plan together for you.
Welcome back to Plan Today on Tomorrow. My name is Gary Thurman, your host. The name of our company is Guardian Investment Advisors. And as always, would love for you guys to go check out our website, GIAplantoday.com. We have a lot of events coming up over the next few months that you could attend. We got 4 quizzes/calculators on the website that you can take and make sure you're ready to retire. Make sure maybe you should be thinking about some Roth conversions, all kinds of different things on the website. Also, TV shows, radio shows, you name it, it's on the website. Today we're having a lot of fun. We've been talking to Tim and Bobby about, really what got them into the industry and what some things they've seen, some challenges they've seen. What gets them excited about coming to work every day? I want to get a little more personal. I want our viewers and our listeners to get to know you guys a little bit better outside of being financial planners. So, Tim, let's just start for you. Let's talk a little bit about your family and maybe some hobbies you like to do outside of work.
Yeah, I mean, I got 2 beautiful kids, a beautiful wife. Kids are really young. They're 2, and Harvey turns 1.
Soon.
What is it, like a week?
Yeah, soon.
So exciting, exhausting, but exciting at the same time.
You got a
right?
pretty cool dog too that you bring into work every
I
once
do,
in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Meadow. If you're not careful, you'll miss her when
Yeah,
you're
you
in the
will.
office.
Yeah, step on her.
She's she's 11 now, and so
Yeah.
she sleeps most of the day. But hey, the life she lives, right?
Yeah. What's something you like to do outside of work?
I'm a serial hobbyist. I have quite a few. I'm starting an herb garden right now, which I'm pretty excited about.
Awesome.
And I did that mostly because I love to cook.
Right.
I'll cook. Send me a challenge. The only thing I haven't attempted that I really want to is ramen, and that's because the broth takes like 2 days to
Yeah,
make.
exactly.
And so one day I'll get around to that. I love to ride a motorcycle. I've been on 2 wheels since I was 5 years old. And so I've tried to not have one before, and it's hard for me to do that.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
tried to put my car on 2 wheels. That doesn't go well, so I'll stay to motorcycles, right?
And I know you're quite the collector of different types of guns and stuff like that too,
I
right?
do like firearms. I like to shoot. I like to hunt. I like to woodwork. You name it.
Yeah.
I'll probably
You got a lot of
jump into
hobbies.
it. Yeah.
I love it. Bobby, tell us a little bit about your family and maybe a couple of hobbies for you.
Yeah, my wife, Allison, we're high school sweethearts. We grew up in Jacksonville together, went to high school, and then parted ways briefly, not in a relationship, but had a long-term relationship. She went to Auburn University, and then I went to I was smaller than it is now, school in Macon, Georgia, about 2 hours away back and forth between Macon and Auburn. So I tore that road up while I was in school, and we have a daughter, Juniper. She is about to turn 7 on the 22nd.
Right.
And then we got one on the way.
That's right.
So we're going to have a new baby. March 1st is the expected delivery date. So
Exciting, man.
I'm catching up with
maybe you
Tim.
can have it a little early on February 24th, and it'll be
Hey, there you go.
be same as me, buddy.
There you go.
There you go. I love it. I love it. Bobby, I'll stick with you. Who's been a influential person in your life? And I don't care if it's work or personal hobbies, whatever. Just someone that really stands out to you.
Wow, I've had the opportunity to work with a bunch of great people over the years, but I'd say probably the most influential had to be my parents. Right,
Okay.
now, that's such a cliche answer, but,
No,
but
that's
it
a great
really
answer to have.
is. You know, I mentioned earlier my father was in the Navy for 26 years, and just the work ethic that puts into somebody, and of course, you know, the sailors too. They kind of get this stigma of, you know, work hard, party hard.
Yeah.
My father was and is still that way, and I get a lot of that, right? When it's work time and you've got to, you know, buckle down and do what you need to do for your clients to make them successful, you know, work to provide for your family,
Right.
and you just do it.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
But when you get to hang that up and take a little break, you know, get after it, whether that's, you know, for me, hiking or, you know, going out on a boat or hunting, fishing. I like to do those things. It's relaxing. But I do those things just as hard as I work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You want to have fun at it.
That's
You know,
right.
do your best at it. Tim, anybody stand out to you, an influential person in your life?
Yeah, I mean, to Bobby's point, I think we're very blessed to say we grew up with great parents, right?
Yeah.
My dad's somebody who thinks very much outside the box, who has taught me to question things along the way instead of just go with the status quo, right? And I really appreciate that moving into adulthood. It's allowed me to, you know, take those spreadsheets and test, you know, things that are out there, right?
But your father's still working, right?
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
Down in Florida.
Yeah, and he's awesome. So, Tim, current historical someone out there, if you could have dinner with someone, who would it be?
Yeah, I've been asked this question a few times.
It's hard, isn't
It's
it?
a hard question to answer, right? I mean, anybody to ever walk the earth. I'd pick Jesus. I mean, why wouldn't
Yeah,
you, right?
yeah.
There's a whole lot of knowledge that you know can't be wrong out of one person,
I
if
like
you will.
that.
But I mean, that's a lot of questions I'd ask.
Oh, absolutely. That's
Yet
a
if
great,
you
great
wanted
answer.
to refine how you are as a person and how you deal with other folks, because listen, humans can be frustrating people
Yep.
at some, species. That's a good one.
That's a great. Anybody stand out to you, Bobby? Like sports figures, musicians. I mean, I love your answer by the way, but
Yeah.
is there anything else that maybe stands out to you?
Oh, man, it's tough. I would like. I don't know if I have somebody specific, but what I would like. Actually, I'm gonna change my mind. Teddy Roosevelt,
Oh, good answer.
right? Teddy
Good
Roosevelt.
answer.
From a couple of different reasons why everybody knows he's a president. I don't want that job. Right?
No.
I probably wouldn't get elected, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But what a crazy job to have to run a country. And then he was an avid outdoorsman as well.
He was.
And so being able to have a conversation about, how to deal with people, how to run a giant organization to, hey, how was it like being out west and just disappearing? There's a story that when he was president, he just disappeared for a month or two.
Yeah.
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 He was in Yellowstone.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I
awesome.
mean, I don't see President Trump doing that. I don't
No.
think you could get away with that as a modern president, but what a
He's
cool
a
story.
bit busy too.
Yeah.
I know this is about us, Gary, but curious what your answer is.
Who I would have dinner with?
Yes.
I've actually got a few. One of mine would be Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
I just think
Another solid answer.
Ronald Reagan was just an awesome person. I mean, personally, being an actor and then taking a role into the politics and being our president. I mean, he's just somebody that's just really, really cool to me. And then you guys know I'm a sports nut. I'd like to have dinner with Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just sit down and have a conversation about him and find out what drove him, what his passion was, and how hard he worked. I love that. And speaking of that, let's go into this question because I think this is kind of cool. Tim, what's one habit or routine you have that keeps you grounded?
Yeah. So newer for me. Every day when I get in my truck on the way here, I don't usually turn on a bunch of music in the morning. I get in the car and I actually thank God every day on the way here for family, for the opportunities that I have in life, and it reminds me to stay focused on what I should be.
Yeah.
If you walk in my office and turn around and look up,
Mm-hmm.
I have 10 points written on the wall there of things that are reminded to just tell me, things get hectic, things get crazy. We get caught up in what's going on in the daily life. And there's just a couple things up there. I mean, the number one thing is KISS, keep it stupid simple,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When we overcomplicate things, it just makes things more complicated for no reason, right?
I like that. Bobby, what about you? Is there a habit or routine that you have that keeps you grounded?
Mine, as you mentioned this earlier, I'm a morning person,
Yeah.
and that's not because I like to get up at 5:30 every morning, right? But that's really and we've all got kids here, so we understand, man.
Yep.
From the time kids wake up to go to bed, I mean, you don't stop.
Yeah.
Right.
Between work and family obligations and all that. So, getting up early, and I'd like to say I'm more productive with that time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'm not.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm sitting at the dining room table in the dark by myself.
Yeah.
But that's okay because that gives me that opportunity by myself to just kind of reflect on what happened the previous day and what's going on, and I just enjoy that, and I think it helps me immensely.
I love it. And guys, quickly here, I want to ask you both this question. Bobby, what's something most people don't know about you?
Oh man, I was in. We talked about the military. Was a very highly decorated unarmed drill team commander.
Nice.
I don't even think you guys knew that. But,
did not know
But
that.
in high school, I did an individual drill and had a platoon of guys, and we actually placed very highly at the state meet in Florida. So
Yeah.
That's really
if
cool.
you guys want to learn
I
how to
love that.
march, I can be your guy.
I love that. Tim, what about you, bud? What's something people do not know about Tim McDermott?
I've been quoted in the New York Times.
Whoa.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
nice.
You remember what you said?
I do.
You wanna
it was,
share?
I'm not sure he does.
It was. I used to work at a firearm shop back in my early 20s. This is before I started full time in the financial industry, and they had New York Times had called up there one day asking for a quote on something about ARs when that was a hot topic in the industry, and I just mentioned that they were fun, to build, right? They're
Right.
kind of like Legos for adults because
Right. Yeah. Mhm. I see that.
Kind of put them together any which way you want and customize them the way that you like to.
I love it.
It was just an interesting quote. I don't think they meant to talk to me. I think they were probably looking
Yeah.
for the owner.
Hey, guys, here's the bottom line. Bobby and Tim would love for you to retire happy and be ready to retire. Go to GIAquiz.com, GIAquiz.com. Take that 7-minute, 8-minute test. Then come in and see Tim and Bobby, and you can talk about all these things. You can ask them about all their personal hobbies. You can talk to them about their financial career, and we can put a plan together for you. When we come back, we're going to go to like a rapid fire. Ask these guys some different questions just to get to know them a little bit better. We'll be right back. Too many people enter retirement without a plan or a tax strategy, and it costs them. Every dollar you save from taxes is a dollar that can be put to work to help secure your retirement. At Guardian Investment Advisors, we have the experience and the expertise to create a customized financial strategy that includes smart tax planning. It's not about quick fixes or magic formulas. It's about building a comprehensive, tax-efficient plan. We're offering a no-cost portfolio and tax strategy review to get you started. Schedule an appointment with us today. You'll be glad you did. Welcome back to Plan the Day, Own Tomorrow. My name is Gary Thurman, your host. We are Guardian Investment Advisors, and we've been having a lot of fun on our show today because we just dug in to get to know your advisors, Tim McDermott and Bobby Futch, just a little bit better. We talked about a lot of things on the professional side. We dug into some things on the personal side. We're going to do some rapid fire here now, just have some fun with some different things they like to do. Always want to encourage you guys, GIAPlantoday.com, GIAPlantoday.com. Go check out our website, check out all of our quizzes and calculators, our TV shows, our radio shows, all the events we have coming up, GIAPlantoday.com. All right, Bobby, rapid fire. Give me a dream trip that you and Allison have not taken yet, or just you by yourself.
Well, luckily, Allison and I like a lot of the same things, so it's on both of our lists. Alaska.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to go to Alaska.
Specifically
Why?
for
Why?
Man, for all kinds of things. Hunting, fishing, hiking, boating,
Okay.
to talk to the people that live up there full time.
Yeah, you don't want to talk to them. They're strange.
Well, yeah, I mean, I
Kidding,
get it.
Yeah.
kidding.
But
You need
man,
to ask Tanner about the advisor we just met from Alaska last time we were in Phoenix.
I will, because
Whew, Lord.
you got to be a special
Wow.
person up there to put
Yes,
up with
you
that.
do.
I have
right?
been there a couple times actually, and super friendly people. Super. It's
Because I
a
never get to
very-
see people, so
a
they're
very-
excited.
There you go. That's
It's
right.
a very different style of life up there. I can
Yeah, it
say that.
is. Tell me what about you and Joelle, or just you?
Yeah, I think so. Me and my wife do love to do a lot of things together, but we do have very different hobbies, right?
Right.
She likes the mountain getaway with the, the pool in the backyard and everything. Me, I'll be happy if you hang me between two trees on a hammock, right? I'll be very happy. It's where I get some of my best sleep, right? But my one of my dream trips, I think I'm actually doing this year.
Awesome. And that is what?
I'm excited for it. We're going out to Idaho, and we're going to do a elk hunt.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, and
That'll
so
be
we're going to be
fun.
hiking up and down the Rockies for a few days, which I'm currently training for, which
Good.
is exhausting.
Yeah, that's right.
But I need it, and so I'm very excited to be out there and do that.
That is so cool. Bobby, favorite breakfast food?
Oh, hands down, sausage gravy, man.
Just
What-
sausage gravy? You
what-
don't need biscuits or anything
Well,
with it?
I can use a biscuit to eat the sausage gravy.
Just a
but
spoon.
Yeah, that white gravy with big old chunks of spicy sausage in
Oh, I
it.
love it. Tim, what about you? Favorite breakfast food?
We got a waffle maker this year for Christmas, and
Nice.
I am using the snot out of it. We love to make waffles. I make them from scratch at home. Use the
I bet
kitchen
those are
aid,
so
mix them
good.
together. Oh, it's delicious.
I bet the kids will love it
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Heck yeah. Bobby, beach or mountains?
Oh, mountain, hands down.
I knew that. I know the answer for Tim.
Yeah.
My
mountains.
my complexion is
Tim
too
and
light.
beach don't go together.
I lived at the beach for 10 years.
It never
I'm
went.
okay.
I love it. I love it. Bobby, this is a fun one. What's the most used app on your phone?
Man, I got a bunch of them for work, but I would say probably just the messaging app.
Okay.
You know,
what, texting?
Texting,
Yeah.
it's sharing photos, that sort of thing.
Yeah, Bobby kind of defies the trends of our generation. He's really not on his phone much, at least not that I see, anyways.
I'm really not. I've got to use it as a tool, but I don't get the dopamine hit that a lot of people get
Good
from
for you.
using a
Yeah,
phone.
I gotcha.
Here's an example. My daughter just started school recently, and
Everything's
we didn't
on the app.
we didn't have this when we were in school. My wife is sending me pictures that her teacher is sending her, playing in the school, and then sharing her summer journal with the classroom.
Yep.
Awesome photos, and how
Oh, it's
cool is it
incredible,
to
right?
capture
They
that?
even, I know this, we're not comparing it to your child, but they do that for our dog. when we take. I mean, they send us a report card, pictures of him with other dogs. I mean, like.
I feel like you're comparing my
I'm
child.
not. I said that. I said that. I said that. Tim, what's the what app do you use the most on your phone?
It's got to be either YouTube or Facebook.
Yeah, I was going to say YouTube for you.
I go through a lot of videos. I sit in bed for an hour each night and watch videos on whatever hobby I'm into that week, whether it's woodworking or hunting or whatever
love
the case
it.
may be. Yep.
To be fair, I do a lot of YouTube for that.
There you go.
And Gary, I don't know if you know this. I got my first reading glasses yesterday.
Oh, good. You're growing up.
Yeah. So on the
That's
phone.
what you get for making fun of me.
Yeah,
That's
I'll-
exactly what's coming.
I can't YouTube on the phone. but-
Bobby goes from looking 35 to 85
Like a
when he wears
professor.
sunglasses. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. If you guys want to know my favorite app right now, ChatGPT. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's awesome.
I
I can
use
see
it
that.
like crazy, and I love it. Tim, first job ever.
I worked at Jiffy Lube when I was 16.
Okay.
I wanted to be a mechanic. That's another one of my hobbies.
Yeah,
I like
you
working
do
on
like that,
cars
yeah.
and bikes.
What, Bobby?
I was a camp counselor at 14.
Okay.
So it was I was a Boy Scout growing up. I worked hard enough. I'm an Eagle Scout, but so that was a cool thing to give back. And I've taught everything from knot tying to wilderness survival to all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So I did that for years.
That's so
in high school.
cool. I love that. Tim, I think I know the answer to this, and I think it's neither coffee or tea.
So I do like sweet tea,
You do like sweet tea.
but not like traditionally hot tea. I
Yeah.
don't really drink, and I've never been a coffee drinker.
Never.
So sweet tea.
Yeah. Bobby, coffee or tea?
Coffee. I got one on the floor next to me.
I
Yeah, you
got
do.
one right here in front of me, brother. I love it. So this might be a tough one for both of you. Bobby, favorite sports team?
Yeah, this is a tough one. I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida, and I remember when the Jacksonville Jaguars were first announced. I'd do extra chores to stay up late and watch the games. They were good back in the day.
They're
right?
not
So it was
bad
fun
right
to-
now, brother. They
It's-
came back.
It's been a tough 10 years to be a Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
They're redoing their stadium right now, and I think they're putting in. I think it's $1 trillion. They're putting.
It,
in
It's
redo
incredible.
that
They're going to
stadium.
try to make it a whole experience around the stadium. But
Yeah, they're-
hopefully, we're going to be back this year, baby.
Well, I
Go
mean, you
Jags.
got a heck of a quarterback. and,
That's
and
right.
you're doing some other great things down there. Tim, do you have a favorite sports team?
You know, I'm not. You know, I'm not a big
Yeah.
sports fan. I don't watch a lot of baseball or anything like that. I did grow up playing baseball, and I liked it. I have a sports player. I really am a big Tiger Woods fan.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's everybody, but you know, I grew up playing Tiger Woods on Xbox
Absolutely,
and playing
yeah.
golf,
And watching him when he is in his prime.
In his
you just
prime, it was so
felt
much
bad
fun.
for
Phenomenal.
everyone else
Yeah.
playing golf that weekend.
No, I didn't. I loved it. His grind was incredible.
Yeah.
Tim, what's something on your bucket list?
Man, I've
I've got a few. That's tough for me.
been skydiving twice, which was exciting. But the next thing on my bucket list, I do want to go back to Alaska, and I would like to do a grizzly bear hunt. At some
That
point.
would be fun. Oh, that'd be a lot
That's
of fun.
awesome.
Bucket list item?
So my wife and I had planned to have 2 kids since we were in high school. We waited quite a long time. I'm going to be a grandpa with kids in college, I think. But so that's a bucket list item coming this March. We'll have our second kid, and then I do want to do something like that. I don't know that I want to run after a grizzly bear in Alaska,
I didn't say I was running after it.
Yeah.
I might be running from it.
but
Exactly.
being able to do a hunt like that, either on horses or with pack animals, in just 2 weeks, just in the woods.
Yeah.
Man, I want to do it.
You know, it's funny. I mean, we have been, Ron and I have been so lucky to do a lot of travel, and we love to travel. But I do have a bucket list, and I want to do a month in Europe. Like, I want to do a month in Europe, not just.
yeah,
8,
that's the
9,
way
10
to do
days.
Europe. You go around
Yeah.
and visit all the different countries there, because it's a trip to get over
It's
there.
a lot. I could do, honestly, guys. I could do a month in Italy, just in Italy.
Yeah.
I mean, I really could do a river cruise or something like that. I mean, it'd be incredible. That's one of my.
I've spent a
bucket
little
list
bit. I
items.
spent a little bit of time in Italy as a young man, but what I've heard is, man, you can do that pretty easy because it's not as big as the United States,
Yep.
right? And the
Correct.
public transportation system over there
It's
is
incredible.
amazing.
Yeah,
It's
they got
incredible.
some
The
super quick
trains.
trains. Yeah.
Oh, then you can get from one place to another really fast, boys.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna love this question. We're gonna end on this one today, Tim, and I'll start with you. Give me a word or a phrase that clients would use to describe you.
I hope it's direct.
I like that.
I like to be very direct in what I say, how I come across with things, and how I explain things. I'm not somebody who wants to beat around the bush and try and find 18 ways to get there. Let's just talk about it and let's answer some questions.
You like to keep
right?
it real.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it between the lines. I love that. Bobby, what about you? One word or phrase clients would use to describe you.
Again, I would hope it would be thorough. And I think that's why Tim and I work so well together. While he's very direct, we had to get this again yesterday. We had a particular solution for a client, and I muddied the water and said, "Well, there is aisle B here. Let's talk about aisle B." And I could see Tim roll his eyes, not physically, but and it just kind of muddied the water. But I just wanted to make sure they knew everything.
Sure.
And we ended up not even. He said, "I appreciate you telling me that. I'm not interested."
Yeah.
Right. And so being thorough can have its downsides, but
it's good.
I hope that somebody could describe me like that.
It's good for them to have that. I had I sat down with a client one day last week, and we just had a conversation. They've been a client of mine for a long time, right? And the word she used for me was passion. She goes, and she was explaining our firm, not just me, but you guys are so passionate about what you do. Then we had another client come in just the other day, talked about how detailed we were, even with our office space, and how they felt like home when they walked in. I mean, that's what we're trying to achieve, right, Bobby?
Yeah, that's exactly
We want
right.
people to feel like home. We want them to trust us with their financial planning, with their retirement planning. And
Want
the
them to be
bottom line is,
comfortable here.
trust is the biggest word we're looking for.
Sure.
Trust is the biggest word we're looking for. Any last comments there, Bubba?
No, I think you're talking to me.
Bubba Bobby?
I think that's right. I want to thank Tristan over there. He's been laughing this whole episode.
He's learning a lot.
He's learning a lot.
Yeah.
Especially talking about camping. I took him on a camping fishing trip.
Yeah,
a
he's
couple
never
months
doing that
ago.
again.
Yeah, I
can't
think
do
that
again.
was one and done for him.
Tell me any last words for you really quick.
I appreciate the opportunities in life that I've been handed, and I'm looking to make the most of it.
Hey, guys, listen, these two are awesome advisors. You got to know them a little bit better today. You got to know on the professional side, on the personal side. And look, they'll share all this information with you when you guys come in and have a conversation with these guys. They are here to help you. They're here to be direct. They're here to be trustworthy. They're here to be passionate. And they're here to help you be thorough with your financial planning. GIAquiz.com. GIAquiz.com. Sorry, GIAquiz.com. Take it today. Come in and see these guys, and they'll take care of you. That's another edition of Plan Today on Tomorrow.